Once upon a time, so the Micmac Indians tell us, their god, Glooscap, came to live among them in Acadia, now Nova Scotia. Glooscap made his home on Cape Blomidon, overlooking the basin of Minas. During those distant days, the benevolent god of the Micmacs wrought many marvels in their land. Mysteriously, out of the west, Glooscap came to Acadia, the land of the sunrise, to his Micmac people, the children of light. Though Glooscap dwelt nearby on Blomidon, the Micmacs did not see their god, but they felt his presence everywhere. His voice was the wind. As he turned, so the wind blew. His anger was the thunder and the raging waves. His pleasure was the sunlight that warmed the sea and the land. And when Glooscap slept, each flower and leaf stood still. From his mountaintop, Glooscap watched over his people, who lived in the valleys and forests below. He opened to them the wild plant sorcery of dyes and medicines. But Glooscap's private herb garden lay across Fundy Bay, near the shores of Advocate, and there he set out feasts for his children of light. On Cape Blomidon, Nugamy, his grandmother, and Martin, his servant, looked after Glooscap's needs. As they quenched their campfires, mists rose from the Fundy seas. 2 loons were Glooscap's faithful messengers. In those wonderful days of long ago, he counted all animals as his friends. Then one day, his messenger, Tatler, brought word that Bullfrog, lord of all freshwater streams, had grown jealous of Glooscap's sovereignty. Bullfrog willed that all the streams from which the Micmac people drew their water should run dry. Glooscap's anger shook the heavens. Rain fell. Streams flowed again. Then Glooscap punished Bullfrog. And Bullfrog, his back crumpled by Glooscap's hand, lives to this day in muddy waters and croaks from a dry throat. Then Beaver became insolent and mischievous and taunted Glooscap's people. Again, Glooscap's voice rose with the wind. Glooscap cast 5 clods of earth at Beaver. And 5 islands rose from the sea. The islands took on grotesque, beautiful shapes, and seabirds claimed them for their own. Happy with his lovely islands, Glooscap moved his great lodge down to the Fundy shore. But Beaver, the troublemaker, retreated down the bay and built a monstrous dam. Trapped by the dam, the water crept over the land and filled and overflowed the basin of Minas, drowning the homes of Glooscap's people. In fury, Glooscap gathered all his power to break the dam. Subsided, Beaver troubled him no more. And so Cape Split came to be. Part of the cape was pushed out into the bay. The swirling waters sculptured its base, and towering pinnacles were shaped. Such was the magic of Glooscap's hand. On the rocky shores, Glooscap scattered glowing jewels for Newgamy, his grandmother, jasper, agate, onyx, chalcedony, and amethyst. Amethyst, the eye of Glooscap. The amethyst, by some strange sorcery, always finds its way back, they say, to the dark face of Blomidon. Time passed. Glooscap became old and tired, and the waters of his bay were as gray as his mood. Behind him, the hardwoods had turned their leaves to red and to gold. As the bright leaves fluttered to the ground, Glooscap waved his magic wand, and they became birds. For the first time, his Micmac people saw the beauty and heard the song of land birds. Elsewhere, all around him, Glooscap saw nature dying, and he was sad and heavy in spirit. He looked over the somber waters, and as shadows darkened the sunlit beaches, he heard from afar his messengers warn of the coming of the pale-face warriors. Saddened, he called his people to a final feast at their gathering place on the shore. The feast over, he threw his tea kettle into the sea, where upturning, it became an island. And to this day, the tea leaves from Glooscap's kettle wash up on the lonely beaches. As the evening closed in, Glooscap spoke to his children of light. He said he must leave them, but that one day he would come again. Wistfully, he looked over the water and at the magic and mighty works of his hand that had made the Micmac land most beautiful. Then, as the tide turned and the sinking sun sent its rays shimmering over the sea, Glooscap set sail for the land of his fathers. But when the wind whistles and the thunder rolls, the Micmac people hear the voice of Glooscap, their god, and know in their hearts that someday he will return to the land of the sunrise.